Morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it happens to be when you're watching this. Hey, how you doing? Fremont Lee here. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those persons saying that's me, Fremont Lee. Hi, how are you? It is 4:41 a.m., March 1st, 2021, as I am live streaming this. I skipped doing a video yesterday because when I got home from work, my brother was home, and I just don't do this in front of him. It's like going to the bathroom when the guy comes in to clean it, he props the door open. It's like, I don't need an audience for this. I don't need an audience for this either. Based on the amount of views I've had per video, I don't have an audience or much of an audience. I do appreciate those of you who do watch. Thank you. Thank you. You are awesome. Well, as the title says, the belated birthdays for February 28th. My apologies for not getting you on your day. Sorry. Happy belated birthday. Going out to Frank Bonner, who was Herb Tarlick on the TV show MASH. That is wrong. On the television series WKRP in Cincinnati, he played Herb Tarlick. I believe he does theater, and he's directed some TV series, but he does other stuff. Frank Bonner. Ray Dawn Chong, who was in Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. She's done other things. Nothing coming to me at the moment. Soul Man, the one where the guy tends to be of color in order to get money to go to law school. James Earl Jones is in the movie. Gavin McLeod, happy belated birthday to him. He was Captain Stubing on the Love Boat. He was also what's his face on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, the news program. I can't think of it right now. Bernadette Peters, John Turturro, Jesus in The Big Lebowski, Men in Black. He was the One Federation guy. Not Men in Black. Holy crap. Coffee's not working right now. Transformers. He was also on the quiz show, and he was Monk's brother, Adrian Monk's brother, not Argyle. Adrian Monk's brother on the show Monk. Ali Larder, Mercedes Rule, Gilbert Gottfried. Pardon me. All right, yeah, that guy. Tommy Toon, Rory Cochrane, Robert Sean Leonard, who was in a movie with Robin Williams. He was on the TV show House. Gregory House, about House MD, I should say. Jeffrey Arend, who was in the movie Super Troopers, 2001. He was the guy in the back seat going, and at the end of the movie, going back and forth, they're throwing things at him, and then a fire extinguisher goes flying at him, misses him, and you hear him yell. Other people yell, "Farva!" Producer Stephen Talbot, Quinn Shepard. I can't really think of anything she's been, but I want to say she was one of the girls in Unaccompanied Minors with Lewis Black and the guy who played Fez, Valderrama, Wilmer Valderrama. It was a Christmas movie. Director Mike Figgis, he directed Stormy Monday, which starred Melanie Griffith, 1988, and Leaving Las Vegas, 1995. He's, of course, directed more things than that. But Eileen Graff, composer Murray Gold, and to the late Charles Durning, Dorothy Stratton, Bubba Smith, Billy Bird, who was on the TV show Dear John with Judd Hirsch. She was also in Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. And I believe she may have been in Police Academy. No, she wasn't in Police Academy 5. That was Assignment Miami Beach. Director Vincent Minnelli, who directed Gigi, 1958. In An American in Paris, 1951. He directed other things, of course. Zero Mostel. And Molly Picon, Picon. She played Yenta in Fiddler on the Roof, 1971. And Mom Goldfarb in Cannonball Run, 1981. That, of course, is February 28th birthdays. Steven Seymour. Whatever, I'll answer anything. She had the scene with Roger Moore at the beginning of the movie in Cannonball Run when they were introducing the characters, the other drivers. The whole joke in that is that the guy playing Roger Moore was playing somebody who had his appearance reconfigured to look like Roger Moore. And I believe Albert R. Broccoli, who did the producer behind the James Bond movies, was upset at Roger Moore for kind of spoofing the fact that, James Bond character. I mean, you figure it's like George. Give me a second. Not Lazenby. George Lucas. That's close. They both started with an L. He was okay with Mel Brooks spoofing Star Wars. But the action figures that Dark Helmet plays with are the only action figures there were. Because there are no toys or anything for. So, I mean, he's cool with people like George Lucas is cool with people doing things like that, because it's part of the culture, our culture. People like reference it, which in Clerks, Kevin Smith references Jaws, does a lot of the Star Wars things. In Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, they do the Force thing with the whatever, and Mark Hamill is like, not again, because so you'd think anything that got the word out about James Bond, while it wouldn't cheapen the whole thing of James Bond, you would think, or would hope, one would hope. Sorry, there's something in my eye. It's your finger. No, it's not my finger. But yeah, March 1st birthdays. Robert Clary, who was LeBeau on Hogan's Heroes. Ron Howard, Harry Belafonte, Jensen Ackles, director Zack Snyder, Javier Bardem. I probably mispronounced his name a little bit. My apologies. Benedict, Lupito Nyong'o, Roger Daltrey, Tim Daly, George Eads from CSI, the Las Vegas, Mark Paul Gosselaar, Cara Buono, Catherine Bach from TV series The Dukes of Hazzard. Lana Wood, who played Plenty O'Toole in Diamonds Are Forever, 1971. Justin Bieber, Chuck Zito, Chris Morrell, who was in Grown Ups 2. She was the muscle lady that David Spade's character was dating. And for the Halloween dress up at the end of the movie, she is dressed up as Hulk Hogan, I believe. Carl Johnson, name might not sound familiar to you. Person probably won't be familiar to a lot of people. He was in the movie Hot Fuzz with Simon Pegg and Frost. Not Jack Frost. Robert Frost? That's not right. The heavyset guy. The Nick Frost. It'd come to me. I knew it'd come to me. Just take a minute. Carl Johnson played the one officer. And he's like, what? He said that if you do this, you're gonna be stupid. But yeah, if you've seen the movie Hot Fuzz, where Simon Pegg's character is a really good police officer, he is bringing the other officers in that department, making them look bad is pretty much what he does. So he ends up being transferred to another police department somewhere in the town in which Nick Frost and Edward Woodward and everyone for the greater good. But yeah, he was the one officer that was like, yeah, you don't understand what he's saying, but he's like actually speaking something. Kesha, Judy Farrell, who was married to Mike Farrell from MASH. She's even appeared on a few episodes of MASH. It says she's a writer, but I didn't go in to see what she writes. Sorry. Chris Webber, part of the Uncle Drew type thing, the basketball player thing, because he's a basketball player. And to the late David Niven, Joan Hackett, who was Prudy in the movie Support Your Local Sheriff, 1969. Robert Conrad, who was on the TV series Wild Wild West, 1965 to 1969. He was also the police officer that had the burned hands, and he was like holding the coffee or whatever, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's character ends up like, if we had more officers like you, I think we'd be great. To which Arnold takes the helmet off. He's like, that's good to know. But that was in Jingle All the Way, 1996. Alan Thicke, dearly departed. Alan Thicke, Growing Pains. He wrote and or co-wrote some of the theme songs we all grew up with. The Facts of Life. You take the good, you take the bad. I don't want to say too much, but Raymond St. Jacques. He was the street preacher in the movie They Live, 1988. He, of course, has done other things before his passing. It's just that's one that stood out to me. Dennis Lipscombe, who was in the movie Under Siege, 1992, the movie Games with Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy. Please don't ask me the year. I didn't write it down. And to the late Cesar Denova, he had done a lot of things before National Lampoon's Animal House, where he was the mayor, Carmine something. That was out of the top 100 of 1,363. And for February's birthdays, that was out of the top 100 of 1,316. Make sure I didn't forget anybody. I've done that before. Dirk Benedict, Marco Gosselaar, Lupita Nyong'o, Roger Daltrey, Lana Wood, playing to him, right? Okay. How's your day going? I did laundry yesterday. I've slept a few times. I had tacos. Had tacos for breakfast a few minutes ago before I started this over 20 minutes ago because I've been doing this for 15 minutes. I may have got coffee grounds in my coffee again. I'm not happy about that. I didn't add as much coffee grounds, but I do hope all is well with you. If your birthday was February 28th, happy belated birthday. If your birthday is February 29th, which is the leap day, which is not this year, I don't know if you celebrate today. I don't know if you celebrate February 28th. Happy birthday to you. And those who are having a birthday today, March 1st, happy birthday. I hope you're all staying hydrated, sleeping well, eating, something to eat. It is March here in Michigan. We are currently in our first spring, which might be a false spring. It's because that's how it happens. You get that, winter, you get that fake winter, then you get the real winter, and it's like you get that fake spring, and then you get the winter return, and then it's I'm sorry, that's funny to me. I don't know if you laughed. As long as you're not pointing. I don't need that. I don't need you pointing at me laughing. Shirt I'm wearing today is "Don't worry, it'll only seem kinky first time." First time. That was 28 years ago. Over 28 years ago. It was also the last time. How's it going? Because of that comment, if anybody posts one of those for a good time sex site things on this, it's usually about 35 seconds, 25, 35 seconds into the video, I've been notified that, hey, and that's what time they post it. I don't know if they watched the entire video because at the moment I am approaching 18 minutes. I am going to, I did not pay my cell phone bill, which means this Thursday, the 4th, I will be going into the store to pay it. I get paid Thursday, so I didn't have enough at the end of my pay week due to the fact that whatever. It was February. It's only short by like 3 days, 2 or 3 days from a normal month, which is 30 days. For some reason, I was thinking I had another payday in February, and it was like, no, 25th was the last. You should have fucking done it. And my book isn't really selling very well, so none of them. I need to get in and fucking edit book 4, Somewhere to Be, which is a follow-up to Anywhere But Here. It's a good story. I just think I'm gonna have to. I could probably do without a couple of the scenes I've written. I was sleeping earlier. I wasn't really sleeping. I was in bed, alone as usual. But I was going over the entire thing, and where where the main character is at the fairgrounds, doing doing a paint job to somebody's ride, sort of an upgrade, a little bit, making it look pretty. The detective finds him, or is there, and it's like, he's here. I know he's here, but so everyone who works there is like, look, we can help you, but and then stuff, and then they go to the hospital. I could probably I could probably leave out the hospital scene. But it's to show that the main character is a nice guy, because they end up talking about him, and they're not close enough to him to where, and they're not talking loud enough, but he's like, he knows they're talking about him, because one of them gives him a stink eye kind of thing, like, because he's there for a test in order to prove he is either the father or not, and they think he is, and he's like shirking his responsibility, or shirked his responsibility because it'd been a while, and he's there just to prove, hey, look, I could be the father. I'm not the father, but this is just to prove I'm not. So you kind of giving me the what for? The stink eye is really a big fuck yourself. And I don't know. I can see it played out in my head, and I don't know. I don't know if they do that at the hospital, but the information is supposed to get sent to the courthouse in excuse me 1 second. Admittingly, that was more than just 1 second. Sorry, I've been smelling cigarette smoke, and I don't smoke. My brother doesn't smoke, so it's coming from one of the other apartments, one or more of the other apartments. Or my mother has been visiting, the spirit of my mother, my late mother. Because I told her I never liked that smell. I mean, I don't smoke. Why would I? You know, living with it all those years, and it's like I'm living with it, and it's like that stench is just, because I'm at work. When I'm at work, I should say, I'm smelling it, and it's like, what the fuck am I smelling? And I've got my mask on, and I'm like, and I'm like, it's like, why am I smelling it? I don't. It's like, which I don't get. I'll be at the laundromat, and people will be there outside going, not that they're actually doing that, but because it's cold out, they're sitting in their vehicle going, coffee's been in the cup for a little bit, and it's not exactly cold. It's the problem with doing like this and talking with your hands, with hand, you know. Reminds me of the Jeff Foxworthy joke about his grandmother or whatever. It was like, she goes to the hospital, or her doctor's appointment. It's like, she's always shaking and everything. Well, do you drink a lot of coffee? No, I spill most of it. Well, it's fucking brilliant. All over the desk. I'd say table, but it's a desk. I do hope all is well with you. I am just now 24 minutes. I thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I hope you're sleeping well. I hope you're eating healthy. I hope you're staying hydrated. I hope you're getting the proper vitamins you need. If to avoid the COVID, I guess it's, what is it, vitamin D and vitamin C or something like that. I don't know. I used to know. Well, thanks for watching. I am waiting on the upload of the Pod Damn Idiots podcast, episode 43, which I believe is coming up today, Monday, March 1st. I don't know what time. You figure last week's February, whatever it was, it didn't upload until like Wednesday or Thursday. But that's because there was an audio error or a video error that it cut the video out. So they had to, Rick had to get the audio from Jay Hizzle and then do it up to where he synced it up right. And the last end of the video of them doing the video ended up just being their intro video on a loop, but you could still hear them talking. So it's almost actually like if you were listening to their podcast on Podbean or Apple, Stitch, whatever other thing it's on. But I need to get into editing my book. Rick he's got his book back that he wrote. Now he just has to get into typing it up. I think he had 25 pages left. And I don't know if that was like my last 25 pages, which I ended up finding out that I needed another 30 pages typed up. It's like, oh, shit, I thought I was done. Well, thanks again for watching. I am now approaching 27 minutes. Thank you. Please be kind to each other. Drive safe out there. There are idiots out there. Take care.